Hey guys, today I'm going to be trying something new. Usually I like to stay in my comfort zone. My comfort zone is Posca pens. But yeah, I thought I'd branch out, give jelly gouache a try. Speaking of branching out, I wanted to make some Christmas ornaments for my spooky tree to hang on the branches. So I'll be using jelly gouache to paint those. It looks very fun and colorful and goofy. Right up my alley. I wanted to try it out and see what all the hype is about. Not sure if I'll fall in love with it. My heart belongs to another. But we'll see. I saw some people using a really cool giant gouache set, but I didn't want to break the treasury on it, especially since this is my first time ever using jelly gouache, so I grabbed this kit instead. Magicfly. It has great reviews and it's only like 20 bucks. Not bad. I tried opening it up. I thought it was one of those boxes where you can take the top off, so I kept violently shaking it. If all the paints weren't ruined already during the transport, they sure are now. But yeah, I figured it out after a couple hours.
Oh, you have to.
Apparently the box opens from the side. Off to a great start. You'd think my struggles with the packaging would be over, but of course not. Life doesn't work that way.
My god, this thing is really sealed.
The box is really snapped together. You've got to go to the gym to open up this one. Ow. I tried to make the unboxing of my jelly gouache palette as aesthetic as possible.
Goes back over here, I guess.
A little ASR moment.
For you.
You didn't even get it without us talking. You need to actually...
Fine, here. Shut up. What?
ASMR is supposed to sound nice.
I thought it sounded nice.
Oh, okay.
You didn't think so?
No, I did.
I think I did it enough. I don't think it's that exciting.
What are you doing? It's ASMR.
That's some ASMR.
One reason I wanted to try this was because of how bright the colors looked. I've seen a couple people paint on a canvas or paper with the jelly gouache, but I want to start decorating my tree. I don't have any ornaments up yet, so I thought I could paint some of my own to start out, so that's why I got these two wood pieces. I also grabbed this sign. I wanted to make a little Christmassy sign out of it. I love painting on wood. I actually prefer it most times. It's made of wood. Sturdy stuff. I like the quality. On metal and plastic, sometimes even when you varnish it, it still peels off. I'd rather just not deal with any of that. So anyways, I'll be painting on these 3 wood pieces today.
Feliz Navidad. Boop, 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 boop.
I started off by gessoing the wood slices just to help the paint stick better. Prepping the wood is necessary, but a little boring. Luckily, I had some entertainment.
Why are you laughing?
Why? 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 I demand to know.
These are gonna be hard to take out.
It took a little time to unwrap all the paint, but I sped it up for you guys. They're so goopy, so beautiful. Especially this orange one. I don't exactly remember why I'm pointing at it, but that must be why. Reminds me of autumn. So majestic. Autumn. Since they are gonna be Christmas ornaments, I figured I'd go for a festive look on the first one. I know gouache is supposed to be like a mixture between watercolor and acrylic paint. It was pretty weird working with it because sometimes it kind of feels like you're working with acrylic paint, but then when you add a bit of water to it, it acts a lot like watercolor and spreads everywhere. It was interesting to say the least. It looks and feels a lot like acrylic paint, but acts more like watercolor, if that makes any sense. No. Or at least that's what I thought about it. I'm no jelly gouache expert.
Obviously.
When I was painting with it, it was kinda gloppy. It was weird because either it was too gloppy or too watery. I couldn't get a good in-between. I think it's supposed to look a little textured and, yeah, It does. In my winter night, there's gonna be a snowman, so that's just what I'm painting right now. Oh no. Oh dear.
That's okay. That's okay.
It's not gonna be Olaf, more like Frosty the Snowman, if he was melting and dying. Why he's melting on a nice winter night, I can't say for sure.
How long is this gonna take?
But yeah, that's what these swirls are. I'm not going for a realistic look. I never really do that. 1, I'm not very good at it, and 2, I just think realism is kinda boring. I tried adding some more texture to it. I didn't think it looked bad. I think it looked okay. It looks like snow. And that's what it's supposed to be. Obviously, he wouldn't be very happy about the melting to death thing, so I tried to capture those feelings in this piece. He's not looking all doom and gloom, more just numb to the pain. This isn't his first rodeo. I do think he looks pretty evil with his claws. And since it's Christmas, I figured I'd let it snow. Speaking of Christmas, I got this box in the mail from Sophie and Toffee. I'm not sponsored or anything. My friend Jackie, aka Nerdy Crafter, was just nice enough to hook me up. Thank you, bestie. And thank you, Sophie and Toffee. Sophie and Toffee is a company that sells really cool, high-quality resin craft supplies. A lot of it is like licensed Disney stuff. Fancy smancy. I don't typically work with resin. I don't know too much about it, but I am making an attempt here. These are the straw toppers that you can make with the box they sent me.
Okay, that's cute.
Alright, this next one's gonna be more evil and less Christmas. I started off by painting the whole thing green. You might think I'm gonna be painting the Grinch, but I'm not that predictable. I mean, come
Soda
on.
can robots, soda can characters.
Instead, this is gonna be a zombie. Scary stuff. Didn't want to spook the sparkle butts though, so I'll be toning it down a bit. It's gonna be a baby zombie.
Oh, the horror.
He's got giant puppy dog eyes, and he's just all around a happy little guy. For whatever reason, zombies always have their brains exposed. He's not venturing too far from the norm. Kinda just looks like pink hair. Hopefully these swirls make it look a bit more like a brain. I then went around adding a little definition to him here and there. Not too much, just a little. Even added a little 5 o'clock shadow. They grow up so fast. If you're new here and you didn't have 5 o'clock shadow as a baby, you should consider selling your soul to me by subscribing to my channel and ringing that bell thing so you don't lose me on the internet. I post new videos
Every Friday.
I wanted him to have a defining feature. Not that the whole exposed brain isn't defining enough, but he needed something to make him stand out amongst all the other zombies. I thought freckles would do the trick, and they did, except yellow isn't really his color. I wanted him to have freckles, not acne. So I went over it with a dark green. Oh, that's a little too many freckles. Let me just undo some of them. Perfect. It's like they were never even there. What a handsome wee bairn. So I'm just starting off by gessoing the wood just like I always do. Nothing crazy there. I don't know the lyrics, I just kept singing it while I was working for whatever reason. This one's gonna be another winter night. No snowmans this time, but plenty of snow. And in the snow, there's gonna be a little black sheep. The black sheep of the family. Can't relate. I don't think I'm a huge fan of working with jelly gouache. It took way longer to paint with this than it would have if I just used acrylic or Posca pens. I know I'm not used to using it, but that's just my first impression. I'm glad I tried jelly gouache though. I still have a bunch of paint left over in my jelly gouache palette, so I'm sure I'll break it out again at some point. Apparently they dry out after 6 months, so clock's a ticking. I guess I gotta get on that. You can probably tell it's time to Feliz Navidad since even the black sheep has his Christmas hat on. He's just doing what sheep do best, grazing in a field. Doing sheep stuff. Since Feliz Navidad has been stuck in my head for the past few days, I figured I'd do a pun on that. Feliz Navidad. A little play on words cause he's a sheep. It sounded funnier in my head. And of course, wouldn't be Christmas without snow. I brought back the 2 ornaments since they're not quite ornaments yet. I've got plenty of yarn saved up that I rarely use. I'm just hot gluing some loops to the back so they can hang on the tree. I got some paint around the edges of the wood. Things got a little messy during my artistic process. I wanted to clean that up, so I just went around with some acetone and gave them a good scrub. A little head start on the Christmas decor. We'll definitely need more decoration to spruce up the place. I'll work on those.
Don't you tell a single soul what I'm going to say.
Feliz Navidad. Poor Frosty. I melted him so fast with my hairdryer. Just die already. Click on the top right or bottom left to send your condolences.
Yo voy a cantar esta canción, yo voy a cantar esta canción para mi gente. Con una pasión